Slow-Mo's like, I'm rejuvenated. I'm ready. I'm back, baby. Let's go.
Oh man, I miss
Oh
you
my
guys.
goodness.
I miss you guys.
Yeah, we miss you too, Slow-Mo.
Miss you
Hey,
too, man.
yeah.
Man.
All right, everyone. So we are live at the Xbox E3 press conference for 2019. Just wrapped up, and I'm first. Let me just welcome back Slow-Mo Backslap. Slow-Mo, it is good to have you back, man. We missed you. I hope you had a wonderful vacation, man.
It's an L. It's an L. Wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
La 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 la.
it was like
La, la,
stuck
la,
in my
la.
throat. I had to
La
get
la
it
la la
out.
la la la
I had to
la
get it
la
out.
la
It's
la.
L. L.
La 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 la.
Oh boy.
But yeah. Yeah.
Good to have you back, man.
Glad to be back. I had a good vacation. Had a good time with the family. Finally, getting in and get up with the fellas and talk about this conference.
Yeah.
Good grief,
Well,
man.
Well, let's before we get to the I just want to share a few thoughts real quick. All right, so Xbox E3 2019 press conference, and Sony's not there this year. There's a lot of talk about Sony not being there. Is that a mistake for Sony? Are they screwing themselves? Michael Pachter had a lot to say about Sony not being at E3.
Yes,
He's like it's like your job. Like you don't take time off from your job and you don't put it on cruise control. And I'm like, oh boy, Michael Pachter.
I mean, he wasn't lying though.
Yeah, but it's not like Sony's like not selling consoles anymore, or they're completely out of it, or they're saying, "Hey, we'll be back in 2020. We're pulling all the PS4s off the shelves. We're not releasing any new content." I mean, they still made some announcements prior to E3. So I mean, they just didn't go to they just weren't there.
They didn't go to the dance.
They didn't go to the dance, but hey, they didn't go to the dance, but they're not.
You basically make yourself like you're better than everybody at the dance. That's why you're not going though. That's what it comes out as.
You top dog. Top 8. The numbers don't lie,
place,
man. I mean,
you could kind of
first place,
Okay.
Tom Brady could go in with his pants down at the restaurant. I ain't mad. He got 6 rings.
Y'all all said the last 2 years was trash, so you wanted another year like that, probably.
Hey, look, they didn't show up this year because they
had nothing to show.
They have nothing to show anymore for PS4. They've shown everything that's coming out on PS4, and only thing they have left new to show is PS5 stuff, and they're not ready to announce that yet. So that it is what it is. That's why they're not here. They'll be back next year. But in the meantime, I mean, when you look at it, Sony is like the Golden State Warriors, not the current ones that are losing right now, but the Golden State Warriors up 30, and they sit their starters because they can do that. Because they winning, so like it's for them, it's not that big a deal, and it's anyone that's just like, oh well, Sony's not here. All right, do they need to be? Really?
I don't. Apparently not. Apparently they don't have to show up. Microsoft proved it. You can give Microsoft center stage. They'll just. All right. Here's the thing, man. I've been watching Microsoft for 18 years. 18 years.
Same.
All right, and this is probably one of their worst E3s, in my opinion. I was not. I don't even know how to start. Here's the thing. So they have the spotlight on them, right? Everyone knows they have the spotlight. And they it was their show. I mean, they control everything. All eyes are on them. The press is on them. Everything, right? And I couldn't believe that 2 of their biggest franchises were like the way they presented, like Gears 5. We didn't see any gameplay, any gameplay from the campaign. We didn't get any other clues from the campaign other than this scene where Kate's kind of having this what looks like to be a mental breakdown of some sorts, right? So we don't know what that means, right? But that
was longer than Ori 2's time.
that was actually longer than Ori 2's time.
It was,
yeah. And but lo and behold, good old Microsoft, they gave us some new Gears 5 news related to multiplayer, and they showed the new multiplayer game mode, which is Escape, and they showed that. They even had Xavier Woods. And who else was there?
AJ Styles was there.
AJ Styles
was there. and,
WWE. WWE's garbage, by the way. AEW.
People like wrestlers, right?
Huh?
People like wrestlers and seeing them on stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had these dudes under the stage, right?
Yeah, they were under.
They were under the stage. Kind of weird, but
legit, they were legit under the stage.
And but this is a tentpole franchise. Like it just felt like it was like, let's get to the multiplayer stuff with Gears, and then they show us the Terminator. I guess the
DLC,
the DLC, and I'm just like, really, like, and look, the Pop Gears got more gameplay than Gears 5, and I'm sitting there, I'm just shaking my head, right? Then we see Halo.
Okay.
And I'm like, Halo, yeah, okay, Master Chief's in space. What's going on here? You know, the only thing that Halo Infinite trailer confirmed to me is that
here we go.
Is that Joel's still alive? And he will be the last
Oh.
of us too.
Jesus Christ.
It's just, man, I've seen better Halo trailers in the past. And these are your two biggest franchises, Microsoft, and you treated them like they were $2 hookers.
Wow.
It was just disappointing to me. The loudest reaction of the night was with Keanu Reeves coming out on stage in Cyberpunk 2077. That's a third-party game. That's the kind of pop your first-party stuff has to have. That's the kind of pop that Sony's first-party games get. And this whole thing of 14 games, and there's going to be more than 14, and we're going to show a total of 60. And B and Eric were watching this together on Party Chat, and I think B and Eric were saying that a lot of these games were just there by default because Sony wasn't there. And there were some good things. I thought there was some of like the like indie games that they showed I thought were pretty cool. So they showed a little bit of a nice variety there. But other than that, I just thought this E3 was just very lackluster, and it's a shame because they have the stage to themselves. And I said this coming in this E3, if they don't have the best show that they've ever had at the E3, the narrative is going to be E3 sucks without Sony. But outside of that narrative,
Sarah Bond was the winner, y'all. Sarah Bond was the winner.
Yeah, she was. She was. Now she was the surprise. Yes.
Oh yeah.
AAA.
Oh yeah.
Lovely,
yes.
She woke me up out of my stupor. I was like, what is going on? What is happening? Oh, who is that?
Yeah.
Hey.
But I am just. The Lego Forza game. I'm not feeling that. I will say this though, Microsoft acquiring Double Fine was huge. To me, that was probably the best announcement of this year's E3 from them. Seeing Psychonauts 2, Tim Schafer on stage, I was like, yes. Oh, and Phantasy Star Online 2 was the other big announcement for me. Microsoft's E3 stage. And for those of you guys who don't know, Phantasy Star actually was on the OG Xbox. It was one of the first games on Xbox Live. And it was, I can't even tell you how many hours and hours and hours I spent on Phantasy Star Online on the OG Xbox. But all in all, guys, I got to say, Microsoft gets a big capital L for me for this year's E3 press conference. I wasn't impressed. I thought it was very lackluster. I thought that your two tentpole franchises, I didn't think they didn't show enough of Halo and Gears 5. And, we're all excited for Gears 5. And I was really disappointed they didn't show enough of the single player campaign. And now I'm honestly, guys, and I don't know, maybe you guys feel differently, but I'm concerned now. I'm concerned that Gears 5 maybe is not going to be that good of a game, at least the campaign. I could be wrong. I did like the Blair Witch Project, though, the Blair Witch game. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Even though Eric and B were busting my chops about me playing scary games.
Yeah, you'll do all right, man.
You ain't gonna play that game, and you know it.
But here's the thing. I know we're gonna get this in before people jump in and say, well, they show games. There's stuff to be excited about, yeah, but we get games shown every day on Twitter, YouTube, everything else.
That's right.
All the time. Right? This is E3, your big show, without one of your biggest competitors being there. And I know people can say, well, maybe you set your expectation. Yeah, we did. In this case, yes. This isn't inside Xbox. It's not IO or whatever it is. No, this is your big stage on E3, and that's all we've been hearing leading up to this. Well, at least we got an E3 and this and this and that. I don't know. It was just okay. It wasn't a horrible, by show standards, it wasn't a horrible showing.
No, it wasn't horrible. It was just.
It's just not.
It was meh.
Yeah, it was meh.
Yeah,
and in this situation, meh is not.
Meh.
Yeah.
No,
in this situation, meh doesn't stand.
No, not at all. They need and for them to put that energy out last year, talking about like, well, hey, wait till next year. Next year's going to be amazing.
I'm already seeing it, Slow-Mo.
Last year's E3 was better than this one.
Slow-Mo.
That's what I said.
I'm already seeing. Slow-Mo, I'm seeing that narrative already. Oh well, games take time to make. So why did you expect to see anything from these new studios?
It's the same crap people said at XO. When I was mad at XO about not seeing anything. Well, it's just the XO. Why? It's basically it was extended inside Xbox. Why would you expect Slow-Mo? Wait till E3. Okay, here's 3. What the where? Look, oh my God. Let me give me a moment. Do you realize that if that Ninja Theory game didn't leak, this would have been even worse reaction? Because think about how people reacted when Bleeding Edge came out, right? Give her bad, like good or bad, however you feel about it. I thought their overreaction, especially from the fanboys, was a bit much. Mm-hmm. But imagine if people found out what that game was and what it looked like just now.
Mm-hmm.
All the disappointment already with the show. It'd have been even worse, man. Because people not even talking about Bleeding Edge because they already talked about it. It already leaked.
Yeah.
But everything else, I mean, let's go down the list here. Outer Worlds looks good, but it's a multi-plat. Doesn't mean anything.
Cyberpunk looked good.
Cyberpunk looked great. Multi-plat doesn't mean anything for them. Ori 2 looked great for the 2 seconds they put it on the screen, and I predicted they were going to do that. They were going to basically just here's the minimum amount of time we can put Ori up, even though it's a beautiful game, probably one of the best looking games I've ever seen. And it comes out February 2020. Yeah, not coming out anytime soon, but still, the game looks great. How about you show a little bit more of it? Nope, never mind. Keep moving. Minecraft Dungeons, that's even coming out on PlayStation. So yeah, there's nothing there with that. Some Blair Witch game that no one even knew was Blair Witch until the very end of the trailer.
We all kept saying like it's an Alan Wake spinoff or something.
I thought it was Outlast or something. I'm like, what is this? And then it's Blair Witch, and clearly what that trailer was compared to what the game is at. Like, we don't know what this game is actually going to look like. I don't even know who the developer is. It could look completely different. It could be like that Walking Dead game that had amazing trailers, and the game come out, and you're like, "What is this? The same game?" So, yeah. Freaking Battletoads actually looked worse than what I thought it was going to look. I'm actually shocked at how it actually looked worse than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to look bad, but damn, right? I mean, that one Sarah Bond was a bright spot just because she's hot. I mean, I didn't listen to anything she had to say. She didn't really say much that pertained to how, she didn't show any games. She just talked about Game Pass.
Hey, let me ask you something quick. I want to ask you this question before I forget. So we had Google Stadia, right? On Thursday, E3, officially kick off E3, and I saw a lot of people saying, this is Microsoft's chance to kind of take it to Google, right? They talked about pricing and everything. Google did with Stadia, and with xCloud, it's like we got like a 1 minute like sample what xCloud isn't going to do, and that was it.
Literally
nothing about features, nothing else other than you can stream from your console to any of the device, but nothing else on xCloud.
xCloud sounds like a more network infrastructure wise fleshed out version of PlayStation Remote Play. Am I wrong here? Like, did we hear anything else that shows it's anything more than that? You own the games, whatever is on your Xbox. It will, you're probably going to have to make sure your Xbox is set for always on. But essentially, you're just playing what's on your Xbox remotely, and they're going to make sure that their Azure servers are making sure that it's way more efficient and way more consistent and quality assured than remote play is with PlayStation. That's it. I mean, that's the big hoopla. I mean, I didn't really see whatever. Freaking Flight Simulator looked amazing, but I'm like, it's a freaking flight simulator. Like, I literally, the people I was watching this show with, it went on for so long. It was like, look, this is beautiful environments, but this looks boring as hell. And yeah, I'm not playing no damn Flight Simulator. I'm those games when they first came out on PC back in the day that I give a crap about. I don't care about them now either. Like this, you showed 2 Gears trailers and no Gears gameplay. They actually had a trailer for a new mode. I predicted they would have a new mode, by the way. But they actually had a trailer for a new mode, but didn't actually show the new mode. The game comes out in September.
I can't, man.
We haven't seen a single second of gameplay for a game that comes out in September.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. That makes and this is to me like this is the frustrating part of Microsoft. They do stuff like this, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, what's going on over there? To me, that's common sense. I don't know.
They want to show us 60 games, man. They want to show the most games on the stage. That's it. That's all they care about. They want to have the biggest headlines. That's all that matters, man. They didn't care about showing off those games. Because why every game was trailers. Not one game was gameplay. We got like 2 games that had gameplay in it. That was it.
How did you do that?
How do you have your
gameplay?
Gears is your biggest franchise, one of your biggest franchises. How do you not show gameplay? Like I don't understand. And it's not like it was just announced this year. I mean, this is
right. And they keep saying how it's it's going to be different from any other Gears before. So show me.
But how they haven't even shown us that.
Exactly.
Look. Months ago, didn't I say at Inside Xbox should be way more than what it is. They should be showing like all kinds of stuff at Inside Xbox, make it interesting, make people actually want to tune into it. And what did I hear from people? No, don't. That's not what Inside Xbox is for. That's what these big conferences are for. That's what PAX East and E3 and the Video Game Awards and Comic-Con. That's what that's for. Here we are at E3, the biggest conference of the year, and they still didn't show gameplay. They still didn't show Fable.
Slow-mo, it was a swole Inside Xbox hitting the gym.
He's stupid, man. Slow inside.
The games that impressed me the most out of this aren't even their games. 12 minutes looks good.
I was afraid of.
Yep, 12 minutes looks really good.
Yeah. B, let me ask you. We'll get back to your sex love because I want to bring B Money into this because B's been to a few E3s. What did you think, B? Like, just like overall, man, like from the first couple minutes to the midpoint to the end to, Halo, Gears. I mean, is there anything that you feel like that stood out that was a positive for them, or do you feel like this whole thing was just a mess?
I think the first couple minutes were, kind of got us excited because they kind of hit us back to back to back. You know what I mean? They hit us with Bleeding Edge. So, like, they hit us with a couple games that we knew about. I'm like, okay, they setting us up. The rest of the conference should be amazing. And as the conference went on, it's like, oh, okay, we're going to see 34, 35 games that are Game Pass games. So you already know that most of those games are going to be indie games and, smaller titles like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's some quality games out there. But when you say that, then you already, put a mind frame out there that, the type of games that are going to hit Game Pass. You aren't going to get some big, AAA games, day and day release there besides Microsoft games. So as the conference went on, we kept seeing these smaller games, you know what I mean? And then as the conference went on, they showed Gears, and I thought they were showing Gears a little early because I felt like, okay, well, this game is coming out rather soon. I would have figured this would be towards the end of the conference, prior to showing off Scarlet or whatever. And then there was no gameplay. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, this makes absolutely no sense. There's it looked cool when they were showing Kate with the mental health thing. I'm like, okay, maybe right after that they'll show gameplay and show why she's struggling with this and how it affects her through gameplay. But they didn't. You know what I mean? They went into a new game mode and the trailer for that, and they showed us Mr. T's dad and some other cat around out there. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? Like,
that was Chief Abernathy.
It looked like some type of Fortnite, battle royale type thing. It looked like it's gonna be, out there trying to survive, through hordes of enemies or whatever. I don't know what that is. You know what I mean? I think that's just another way for them to bolster Game Pass, keep people engaged. You know what I mean? So I was kind of disappointed with that. And then, we're heading to the tail of the conference, and I told you guys, like, I wanted to see new IPs, and it was great that we saw Bleeding Edge, we saw something from Ninja Theory. But these past couple weeks, everybody's hyping up like, oh well, NX Style, they got 3 studios, and Ninja Theory they got 20 studios working on stuff, and it's just like, come on, man, we didn't see any of that, and that was a disappointment to me, and then we get to Halo, and I'm just like, what are you doing? I would have much rather them just tease Halo and then show us gameplay next year, and instead of showing us that trailer, I would have much rather it just been, show us the Slip Space engine, show us what the engine is capable of, and then got up out of there and just move on. Show us what Scarlet is capable of, and move on. That trailer to me was unnecessary because now we have to go into next year's E3 anticipating what Halo is going to be, and they didn't really set up anything else for next year's E3.
And they still
what other title did they announce? It's like, we're gonna see that next year's E3.
AB, speaking of Halo, I want to go back to their Project Scarlet reveal, which is very similar to Scorpio.
No.
They said that they didn't say it's the most powerful console. It's going to be the most powerful console out there.
Yeah, that
you guys catch that?
Stop saying that. Yeah,
they said
no. He gave us a whole other meme that these fools gonna start running with. Monsters eat monsters, or whatever the hell he said.
He said Scarlet eats monsters.
I can't wait for these idiots to run with this, man.
No, but
can you really say that until you know what the PlayStation is going to be yet? Though?
Well, that's funny because
I already see
Forte.
AK-120 was said in the PS5 thing. I'm already seeing dudes out here talking about AK. It's. I don't know why people can't wear the same size shoe.
Yo, ever since Mark Cerny
last week when Sony was talking about AK and 120 frames, everybody was like, "Nah, get out of here." But as soon as Microsoft said it, now it's confirmed.
I knew
It's something that can happen.
I mean, if one system was going to have it, I knew they both would.
But no, but
it was blasphemous last week. But now it's cool though.
But it's real that the energy and what they were saying prior to Sony starting to release information about PS5 was Anaconda is going to be the most powerful console. We're not going to lose that power narrative ever again. And isn't that what they said?
Yes, and they didn't say it.
They
didn't say it at
know
E3.
what the PlayStation is.
But look,
why?
Ever since PlayStation came out with information on what PS5 is, they haven't been having the same energy anymore.
There has been rumors that the PS5 is going to be the most powerful console. There's been those rumors out there. I'm not saying those rumors are true. It might be, it might not. But what I'm saying is I found it interesting that they changed what they were saying about Anaconda up until E3, because when they talked about Scorpio, they said it was going to be the most powerful console out. They didn't say that this time. They said it's going to be the most powerful.
It's 4 times more powerful than the Scorpio. That's it.
There you go.
4 times?
Wait. They said 4 times more powerful than this. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, they did say it's going to be four times
more powerful than the Scorpio.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you exactly how they defined that. They looked at the CPU and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
That crap Jaguar CPU.
There'll be CPU and GPU improvements, but they just because it's 4 times more powerful doesn't mean it's going to be 24 teraflops or some shit like that.
Yeah, they're talking about 4.
No, I mean, I think
it's going to be used DDR6 ray tracing. I thought it was funny when Mike Ibarra was like, "Oh, we're gonna see the kind of frames per second that we've never seen before." I'm like, "Buddy, PC and then they're like, we're gonna have
Well, he
120.
he did say on the console though. That's what he said.
Did he? I didn't hear
He
console.
did.
I heard him say.
He said you'll never. He said we're gonna see frame rates on the console you've never seen before.
Okay, well, okay. So I'll give him that. All right, and then the 120 FPS, which I mean that's nice, but for console.
Oh, that's not. That's more than nice if that.
No, I mean, no, I'm saying that's nice for console. Like I think that's great. Like
yo, can we just get 60 frames locked?
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
I just want 60
How-
frames
how
locked
we
all
how we
across
jumping
the
from-
board.
we're jumping from 30. We're jumping from 30 to 120.
frames now.
Well, we
Yeah.
all know big.
Right.
We all know big numbers is what runs this industry.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I just want
Well,
even to
jumping
the
shark.
crappiest third party developer to be able to lock 60 on their games. That's it.
Yeah.
This whole
Hey,
120, all this hoopla and this boasting so big about it's going to eat monsters. Like monsters are going to die and look at it and be afraid. Like no, I don't give a crap about it.
Slow-mo, they might as well look like right at the screen and just say, guys on Twitter, this is for you. Run with it. Because they know exactly who they're talking to. They know exactly what that does. They know exactly what that's going to mean. And now we got to spend a whole year dealing with,
Whole year.
dumb emojis and dumb memes.
The
and
monster
everything else.
eater.
Yeah. I want
It's
monster.
Godzilla. It's the Godzilla of console.
And like Forte even just said it. Forte just said it. We know how that kind of part of that thing
like
works.
to eat the monsters.
Fanboys are going to, do what they got to do. I get that. I understand that. But the fact of the matter is, it's like,
Hey, Eric,
Oh my
Eric,
God.
Eric, I don't mean to cut you off, man.
No.
It was also
I know, I
interesting
wanna-
that
I wanna-
that they didn't really decipher or say that there's going to be two consoles.
They didn't
They
say
just-
that. Actually, someone
yeah.
brought that in a live chat. They didn't.
Yeah, they just kept it as Project Scarlet, which was
Project
interesting
Scarlet.
as well.
Rand came out and said that they wouldn't talk about the other ones today.
I mean, do you guys think it's possible that they've decided to cancel the Lockhart?
No, Rand said they wouldn't talk about the other one. So
I think they're still out there. It is, they just didn't dedicate.
Hey, E, real quick, man, because I don't mean to cut you off. I want to get to your thoughts real quick, man, because then I want to go to Forte, because Forte is probably the minority here. But yeah, just your thoughts real quick, E.
No, it's like we were saying, like when we were watching it live. I said, look, we all come for the games. Were there games that were shown that we want to play? Absolutely. But at the same time, you're on. I think I said this on one of our podcasts. When you're out there on the stage by yourself, no opening act, nothing to warm it up, no whatever, you can bomb. Comedians do it all the time, right? So you're out there on the stage by yourself. Your biggest competitor isn't there, and it's been nothing but the hype train running through since last year when Sony announced they weren't going to be there. And I just felt like they didn't bring it. As a gamer, yeah, there's things that were there that were shown. But like I said, every day we're shown games that we want to play. Everything that was shown in that conference could have been shown the rest of E3 week. It could have been shown on Inside Xbox. And I think Chief Tommy said there's an Inside Xbox this week. I think they said they're actually doing some Gears gameplay. I just don't know why that wasn't on stage. I know I've already seen people saying, well, I don't really want to see much more of Gears. I just know it's going to be fire. No, that's not what we're doing. We've been seeing the same exact thing since they announced the game. You don't have to like slam it over our head like Spider-Man did, but you could show another portion of this game so we get a better idea of what that is going to look like. And these modes that they showed could have been shown later. The ones that when Rod Ferguson was talking about later on, there's going to be other shows where they show different things. Those modes could have been shown then, or they could have been shown inside Xbox.
Like I got the feeling at Gamescom they're going to show, because you talked about at Gamescom you'll be able to test out the new Horde mode.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so at Gamescom we're going to get Horde mode. They're going to show us that. Are we going to get gameplay footage of the campaign at Gamescom?
Maybe, but like Slow-Mo said, this game comes out in September.
That's what makes me worries.
Gamescom hits when?
August.
In August.
August.
Yeah. Again, this felt like a beefier Inside Xbox. It felt like a continuation of IO, where their biggest thing was to push Game Pass at you. And that's not me knocking Game Pass and saying Game Pass isn't worth it. Game Pass is looking to be a great program.
Eric, you know what's funny, man?
What's up?
We all made fun of Kojima. Oh, his game's gonna take 8 years to make. There's no way his game releases this year. And we've seen more gameplay footage from a Kojima game.
Dude,
we have years.
Dudes are doing the same exact thing with Halo Infinite that they did with Death Stranding. We still don't, they're saying what they think is gonna be. They haven't seen anything from it. They just did the same thing they've been doing forever, and they play on your nostalgia. They know they could just show people Chief, and they're gonna be in there with their hands in their sweatpants. But what did you see? This is supposed to be like this big reinvention of Halo. But what was it? Oh, Chief again. Chief is being woken up after floating in space again. And I'm sorry, they can't sell me on that because they still owe us a make good on that BS campaign they gave us about Lock and Chief back on Halo 5. Halo 4.
They ended Guardians on a cliffhanger, and now he's floating it. What is that? Like what
That's what
happened?
I said. When we were watching it, I'm like, yo, what part of the story is this? Like this has no connection to what Halo 5 was.
You can't just ignore.
Dude, they had a dude in the trailer fanboying out when they woke Chief up. Yes.
Look, you can't just have like, look, yeah, Guardians campaign was trash, but that's your trash. You made that trash.
Right.
Now you need to write your way out of the trash. Don't pull a Fox with X-Men and just try to like let's just try to pretend like this didn't happen and do First Class. No, you can't do that. Like you have to figure this out. And having him floating in space with zero explanation, having Cortana talking some random vague gibberish like she wasn't the villain at the end of Guardians. Like, what is going on?
Right. And dudes are gonna sit there and try to sell it to you how amazing this is gonna be, and they haven't seen anything, and it's Death Stranding all over again.
The best games that were shown were games that aren't their games. Tales of Arise,
look really good.
Elden Ring, Borderlands 3, Phantasy Star Online 2, 12 Minutes. All these games that were shown aren't even Cyberpunk 2077. All these games aren't their games.
Right.
But those are the best games that were shown.
What was the 14? What was the 14 that Phil mentioned?
Outer Worlds, Bleeding Edge, Ori 2, Minecraft Dungeons, that's 4. Battletoads is 5. I'm pretty sure those ID Xbox games might be in there somewhere, I guess. Let's see, Age of Empires is 6. Flight Simulator is 7. Wasteland 3 is 8. Psychonauts 2, because they bought Double Fine, is 9. Gears 5 is 10.
I believe, though.
Yeah, but they still counted their game.
First party.
It's still first party game, even though it's going to be on other systems. Forza Horizon 4 showed up again. That's 11. State of Decay 2 is 12. And Halo, that's 13 or 14. I probably missed one, but I mean, whatever I missed probably wasn't that big a deal anyway. So, yeah, that's it.
So essentially, people are getting ready right now to start deleting 14 and 0 out of their Twitter handle.
Oh yeah, they're gonna try.
Okay.
But the screenshots are there. So.
Okay, I got you. I'm just making sure.
Got the receipts. Got the receipts, man.
Yeah.
Now to be there, I'm not gonna be 1,000% negative because I don't want people to say, man, Slow will be going back and forth. You know, he'd be flip flopping. Like he'd be like, you know, all in on Sony, he go all in on Xbox. Look, there was some positives. I thought that the Heartland State of Decay 2 trailer showed what it reminded me of the roots of State of Decay, how State of Decay 1 was, and I thought that's what I wanted from part 2. So I thought, I'm like, all right, that looks all right. I'm probably going to try that out. And it's going to be in Game Pass, so why not, right? But I mean, Ori 2 looked good, and 12 Minutes looked good, but the Elite 2.0 controller having an internal battery is great. Hopefully it's a lot more durable than the previous Elite controller, but I mean, it's just so little out of. And another thing, they said it was supposed to be 2 hours. It wasn't 2 hours; it was an hour and a half.
They said 1 hour and 40 minutes earlier today.
It wasn't even that. It was done at like
it was an hour 30, 36. It was right around there.
What?
I feel you though.
Woosah, man. Look, man.
Yeah, it's like a funeral.
I cannot. No, look. I just cannot. I cannot understand. I cannot understand why. I can't get over this. Gears 5 comes out in September. It is June. we have seen zero gameplay.
I am a boy, Damon.
Like it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Wait, hey, real quick. I want to get Forte's thought because I feel like Forte's kind of we haven't got his thoughts yet. Forte, what are your thoughts, man, on E3?
I'm not gonna say it was perfect. I still give it like an 8 out of 10. I thought. See, okay.
You get a what?
What?
I gave it an 8 out
in
of
your
10.
back pocket, man.
8 out of 10. Oh man.
Way.
No,
And
you
I'm the one
know,
person on this, and I'm the one person on this panel that don't mind playing on another platform. I don't mind my PC and all that other crazy stuff. Microsoft gave me what I expected them to give me. I really was. See, I didn't go into this saying they needed to. Wait, hold on, listen.
Forte,
Listen.
real quick.
You lying.
People in the live chat are questioning the 8.
That's fine.
Bro, Forte,
you
lying. Because no. Because we had an argument about Inside Xbox a couple months ago.
And what did I say later on? Like as we got close to E3, I said, you know what, Slow-Mo, you might be right about that. As the closer we got to E3, I said you might be right about that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
What I said was they shouldn't be holding everything back until E3. They should show that stuff at Inside Xbox. Okay. Now you agree with me, but then you giving this an 8, and they didn't show anything. There wasn't no leak because there was nothing to leak.
Okay. So let's unpack. Let me unpack because I don't. Well, the first thing people can definitely know that I'm definitely not a bandwagon because I go off what the fuck I feel. They don't give a fuck about what everybody else feels. Me personally, now I will say this: I am a huge Halo fan, and what's name is completely right. They didn't have to really show me gameplay for me to be excited for Halo. I just wanted to see freaking Halo. So I'm one of those people where I know what the shortcomings of that game is, and there's nothing they can do in a trailer that's going to fix that until I play the game. I just want to see. I just want to see Halo again. I haven't seen it in a year, and all we saw was we didn't even see Master Chief last year. We just saw the silhouette.
We saw his thigh.
Yeah, last time we saw Master Chief was in Halo 5 technically. But this is the thing. I don't expect everybody to feel the way I feel because I do understand the whole not having gameplay. That's what really enticed people to want the game. But overall, Halo, I know what that game's. It's not going to look worse than Halo 5. And Halo 5 looked damn good. That wasn't a problem with Halo 5. Visuals has never been a problem with Halo. It's always been, since 343 took over, they have a shitty-ass fucking campaign. One time the campaign's good, next time the multiplayer is bad. Halo 5 comes around, multiplayer is great, campaign sucks. So they never had an issue when it came to the visual. Visual fidelity has never been an issue. So maybe I gloss over that because I know it's going to be a great looking game. And what are they going to show me in gameplay other than, you can probably drop a bubble shield like they showed in the trailer one time. Stuff like that I'm going to see in the game sooner or later, regardless. It's not going to be the make and break thing for me in that game. So Halo is probably the bad example. Gears, I can understand because Gears does come out literally in 3 months. So they should have shown a little bit more around that. I don't know if they're just afraid to actually show it now. They just don't have a vertical slice ready for them to show. I really don't know why they didn't show more. I mean, you will be, if you're at E3, you can technically play it, so you'll know what it looks like. So it's not like they don't have a playable build of the game. So that one kind of was weird to me. The only thing I really had a problem with in the press conference was some of the pacing they had, especially with, you go from one great game to like an indie game that kind of just breaks down the overall like feel you have for the conference. Like when they go from Cyberpunk and whatever into Keanu Reeves to whatever game they went to after that, it was like, damn, this is like a very abrupt difference in like games. Should have had like Ori or something right before that would have made it a little bit more feasible. But I'm never going to tell anybody that their opinion is wrong about that because I think you guys went into this. I don't know if you guys went into it, but I think a lot of people went into this press conference thinking Sony's not going to be there. Microsoft has to basically win the day by showing, they have to do something to make up for the fact that Sony's not there. And I don't think that's fair to them because I feel like what they're going to show is what they're going to show. And people really are pinning all of E3 just on what Microsoft has to show at their E3. Like you said, games is the main reason we watch this, and they showed a bunch of freaking games that I am interested in. I'm not, that type of person. Like, the games are coming. Borderlands, I already know what that game's going to be. Seeing more of it, I don't care if it's third party, first party, anything. To seeing more of that game, I know I'm going to be putting hundreds of hours into that game. Gears of War, I know I'm going to be putting a lot of time into that game. It's more of what's that taste for you. A lot of people I see are interested in some of the stuff they're doing. I don't equate that to if they had a terrible E3. I mean, they show stuff that I'm interested in. And if that stuff's interesting to me, then I'm going to score it higher than most people in here. But I'm not going to tell you guys that it wasn't disappointing, because you guys obviously didn't like the fact that there was things there that didn't entice you to want to play those games. The thing is, most of those games they showed, I want to play. And them showing a trailer wasn't going to really change that. Getting the Tales game, that was a surprise to me. We finally got a chance to see what that partnership over in Japan really was about. They got Phantasy Star. Phantasy Stars hasn't been on Xbox since regular Xbox. That was a huge thing.
They always get Tales games, though.
No, they don't get them day one. They never got a Tales game day one when it launched. They always get them like a year after, or they'll get the definitive edition like they did with Vaspria after it was out on every platform, and then they finally get it. Tales was the first one to get
Tales of Vesperia was a 360 game, and it was, I think, exclusive to 360 and never came to PS3.
Is the only one they got. But how many Tales games are there?
I don't know, man.
There's a lot of them. There's way more on PlayStation than anything. So the fact that they got that, and it's going to be, and I know it's going to be on everything day one, but that was a shock to me. I was like, okay, so this is what they were working on. Phantasy Star, that was a game I was super into on 360, on Xbox, or regular Xbox, and they're bringing that back, and that's what that whole conversation with Sega was about. Now we know why Phil Spencer was over there talking to Sega so heavily, because he was over there talking about that.
He was over there begging them to give them the same games day one that they give their competition.
Okay, but what's the one thing that everybody always complains about? We don't have single player there. We don't have JRPG type games on the system. That's why the two main reasons why people buy PlayStations over Xbox. They don't have those experiences. They still have a lot to do when it comes to the single player, because as you can tell, people were super upset when they found out a Ninja Theory game wasn't a single player experience. So I'm still
disappointed, even though, and I'm not even disappointed about Ninja Theory's game. I'm gonna try that game out. To me, it looks like it may be something like Overwatch or R6 Siege, where it's all multiplayer, but each character is very specialized, and you have to spend a lot of time learning and to play those characters, very much like For Honor as well. And there's a whole market, there's a whole demographic of gamers who are into those kind of games. I think that kind of game is necessary. I think the character models are ugly as sin, the ugliest things I've ever seen. I think that one woman, Buttercup looks like a brood mother from Dragon Age. That's how hideous she is. But like, I mean, outside of that, look, I have no problem with this. And all the fanboy narrative about, they made Ninja Theory do that, that's bullshit. Look, that's not true.
The game was being developed before they even bought them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That game been in development since 2014. And if you don't believe that, the woman that was on stage, Ronnie something, look at her LinkedIn. It's on her LinkedIn. She back then said in 2014 working on Secret Game, and then now we realize what a Secret Game is. She's updated to that it is Bleeding Edge. So like, look, they've been working on that game forever. Microsoft gave them creative control, gave them hey, look, make the games you want to make. They've been trying to get a game published for years. They can now get full creative control to make the games they want to make. Of course, the game they've been working on for years, they're not going to just say, hey, we wasted the years and payroll on these employees and we're just going to junk their project because of what? That makes no sense, because you guys want them to make the same games they always make. What is hilarious is that people get mad at Microsoft for quote unquote not having creative control, but then these fanboys don't want to give Ninja Theory the creative control to make whatever they want to make. Like
Yeah.
you can't be hypocrites here. So like, and they even said it today when they came out on stage. Said they have multiple teams making multiple games. They're gonna make some more of their single player games too. Calm
It
the
felt like
freak
they did
down.
that on purpose too, Slow Mo. Like they wanted to be clear. Because I'm pretty sure that they saw like the backlash and the Reddit. It seemed like they wanted to be clear. There's other stuff coming.
Exactly. They had to. I thought that was a good idea to put that out there so that to kind of kill that noise, that narrative that this is the only kind of things that you can expect from them, and in quote unquote Microsoft ruined them. But all that aside, I'm still disappointed. Because one, I mean, this is me just wanting them to be successful, but just one studio acquisition, only one studio acquisition, and it's Double Fine.
What's wrong with that?
They existed, and
Double Fine's a good pickup though. I think for that.
Yeah, I actually did love the Double Fine pickup.
Yeah,
because I know for like a long time they've been really surviving on Kickstarters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they were probably very close to where Ninja Theory was.
Yeah.
They're right down Microsoft's alley. They're a good studio, a good talented developer that is independent, doesn't really have the financial backing that they need to make the kind of games they want to make, and have been relying on Kickstarters. That same thing as Obsidian, Ninja Theory, inXile. All those developers are right in that same vein, and that's fine. Just the fact that it's just Double Fine and that's it. Like,
I'm okay with that, man. I'm actually okay with that.
But for what they're trying to push, they really want Game Pass to be what everyone who's on the Xbox platform, and when I say Xbox platform, means the console, the PC, the mobile, all that stuff. They want everyone to be in Game Pass. If you want everyone in Game Pass, that whole thing they told their investors about being able to drop one big time exclusive per quarter, like you need to have a minimum of like 20 developers under your belt to be able to come within a hair's distance of that kind of talk. And so far they're at 14, which is more than Sony, but Sony's not talking that kind of talk.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about slowing down and spending more on, not giving us so many games, giving us higher quality games out of the ones they come out with.
Well, Microsoft doesn't have that luxury because they've been so behind in just games general.
Yeah, but look, just you need to. I think they need to pick up the pace on getting these developers under their belt, because the longer it takes them to get to that magic number of developers, the longer this whole Game Pass having one quality AAA game per quarter is going to take. The longer it's going to take for that to become a reality. And just getting Double Fine is not saying Double Fine is a horrible dev or anything.
Real quick, some guy in the live chat says you have to remember these studios have more than one team. It's a good point. I mean, they may have 14 studios within those 14 studios, or they may have multiple teams working on different projects.
Yeah. I mean, we already heard that Initiative was really going to be working as a bunch of teams, not just one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge studio.
But then
they could take 20 people, just like Ninja Theory, and make a dope game, and take another 20 people and make another dope game. You know what I mean? So Initiative has recruited a lot of talent, so they definitely have the capabilities to do something like that.
If you're looking at just making a bunch of games with 50 with teams that are 50 employees or less, you're looking at you can have some games like Hellblade that are amazing, but they're limited. And then you're going to have it's not going to be a lot of AAA experiences that people are looking for. That's not the
Initiative's going to be giving us AAA experience.
I wouldn't expect Microsoft to just funnel a whole bunch of AAA games into Game Pass anyway. Like that business sense, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Business sense, yeah.
I mean, but for them, that's all they said for now going forward. All of their games are going to go into Game Pass, so anything that they make is going to be there, and for them to really make Game Pass take off, for them to really get gamers to say, I'm spending $10 to $15 per month on this, and I see it as a great value, and I'm not just going to jump on it for 2 or 3 months when it goes down to $1 sale. for them to get people to stay on consistently and for it to really be worth the money and for them be able to really fund everything they're trying to do in the gaming division, they need to be able to make it so that like people are looking forward to the next game coming out. Oh, in 3 months.
But that's why I think they went and bought studios who already had games cooking up, like just like Ninja Theory and Double Fine, you know what I mean, and Exile, all those companies had games that are already pretty much ready to go, so they can release those games
on Game Pass.
Put them directly in Game Pass. You know what I mean? That's how they're going to bolster that whole Game Pass thing, and supplement it with Xbox games.
Let me ask you, isn't it seem like I feel like with this E3, the message I got was it's not about the console, it's about Game Pass. It's about it's not about the console anymore. It's about Game Pass and about being that ugly word that console games like services.
Game Pass will be the extension to xCloud. So they figure if they get you in the Game Pass, then that's how they promote xCloud. Okay, you're running games off your own console that you already own. That you got a Game Pass, and that's how you stay subscribed to Game Pass every month. And if you get Ultimate, that's $15 a month they're getting from you every month. So
what do you guys think of the? I'm sorry, B. What do you guys think of the Ultimate? I can't even talk.
The fact that they're adding that you
get $15, $14.99 Ultimate for the Ultimate Game Pass.
They made it even better by saying if you get Ultimate and you have Xbox and a PC, you get PC for free.
Right.
And PC is going to probably have more games. Well,
it's going to have different games.
It's going to have different games. So that's
really double dipping.
That made even more of a value push because before it was like, I don't know. So, it's a little bit more money because you got to remember most people don't pay full price for Xbox Live. You don't know. That's the biggest thing. But by saying you get both these services and it's going to permeate to the PC side. The question is, what PC only games are they going to get in that service that's going to entice people to do that? Because this is more of a value for people that play on both than just play on console.
Yeah. See, this kind of makes me think, and I've been flirting with the idea of building a PC for quite some time now.
Should have been did that, bro.
I know. Well, it's because it's because when you hear people playing like, what is it? Are you? I don't know if it's you, Forte. Are you playing Destiny like at 60 frames or 100?
I play Destiny at 144.
Oh my god!
Like, 144 frames.
When I hear shit like that, Forte, and I'm playing at 30 frames, I'm like, God.
Dog, trust me, man. Luca and Slow Mo and Sir Taz, and it took Luca to say, "I removed you off my favorites list because you don't play on Xbox no more." And as soon as she said that, I was like, "Man, okay, I'll come back."
You know what, console. Forte? When I heard that, I'm thinking to myself, with Game Pass, with all these games being available on a PC now. I mean, do I want to spend $500 on a new console when I could take that?
Well, see, this is the thing. I would. Okay, so I'll be honest with you. I'll be 100% honest. This conference, I liked it. It did not tell me why I should buy the next Xbox, though.
And
that's what I'm saying.
Now, that's the one thing I will agree with you. Now, like I said, I don't care about. Like for me, the conference was an 8 because they showed games that I wanted to play. But for a person that has an Xbox and all you have is an Xbox, they didn't convince me why my X isn't the only system I need and I could play on my PC if I want to have a better experience. They did not do that. I will give you guys that.
That's my thing. Like I'm thinking like, okay, Ultimate, Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate. And instead of spending $500, $600, whatever the next gen console, I could just take that money and put it towards a PC and be set for a long time
and have all the games
have everything. Yeah. I mean, and have the flexibility of running games at different frame rates per second, and and still have access to my friends list and be able to play with you guys. I mean, like it's still a win-win. I mean, it actually almost talked me out of, a next gen Xbox and talked me into potentially getting a PC. I mean, I've been flirting with this idea for quite some time, but
this is that future. This is that future. See. Okay, so this is what's happening. This is that future that people like OBJ and them don't want because just like you just said. This conference made you rethink about even buying the next Xbox. You're not saying you don't want to still play in the Xbox ecosystem, but it's making you think about the console. You could get more value out of a PC. First of all, it's going to make your content creating life a lot better because you'll have a better, stronger PC to do everything. But then on top of that, all those games with Ultimate, they already sold you on the service now. They saying, man, $15 a month, play on Xbox. I keep the Xbox One X I got now. And if I got people that play over there, I can still play. And that money I was going to put towards that new system, I can get a better PC. But you're still, guess what? Paying that $15 a month to Microsoft to get that service that's going to allow you to play those games on wherever you want to play them. And that's what OBJ and them don't want, because the more people that start thinking like that and don't buy the system, Microsoft's going to go into a situation, well, do we really need to keep manufacturing the system as much as we do?
Isn't that where they're pushing us?
But that's
what B said. B, you said
that. Isn't that what I said to you guys? Isn't that what I said to you guys? I said,
Eric, you said it. Mm-hmm.
I said they're showing you more and more and more.
You don't need an Xbox.
And people they'll fight with us constantly. We see it every day, right? And I said, when they get to the PC level where they got people there and comfortable, why would they want to keep manufacturing consoles?
Exactly.
And people may not want to hear that. They may not like it. They may say, oh, no, they'll always do. No, there's no guarantee that they're always going to do a console, because they're showing you, they already said, and people haven't accepted it, Xbox is the platform. It's no longer a box, right? That's telling you right there. The way they're setting up Game Pass, they're saying, yeah, for now, we're going to keep making consoles because we still have that base there. But if tomorrow they were like, everybody decided to jump over to a PC, that box is done.
I mean, Eric, it's an easier sell for them. I mean, if you remove a $500 price barrier for you to get into my ecosystem, if I can remove that barrier of that entry, I'm going to do it because it's an easier sell. Does $15 a month is that easier sell than, hey, come buy this console for $500?
Plus all the millions of dollars they would save on all the R&D.
Yeah,
to build the console. You know what I mean? So that just funnels back into Xbox Game Studios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's a great point. It's a great point. I've been saying this for you. I think consoles, and people give me hell for it, I think they're on their last legs. I mean, I think Stadia is an example of where this thing's heading. There's, what do they say at the E3 Stadia conference? Whatever device you have, you can access content.
You can access it,
and that's it. And for what, for $9 a month. And how does $9 a month sound to
anything?
Huh?
I don't think Stadia is going to do anything.
That's because you're a hater, man. That's all right.
I'm not. Hey,
Slow-mo. You got. It's okay, man.
I don't see the benefit of Stadia.
What?
I don't.
Slow-mo. Let me ask you something. If it works for you, right? Let's say it works. That's the other thing. Is it work? But let's say it works and it works well. Are you saying that you wouldn't game on Stadia?
No.
For $9, $10 a month, you don't have to pay $500 to buy a console?
No. Okay, here's the reason why. I don't want to buy my games through Google. I don't trust Google. That's the main thing. Google has a history of, I don't really want to do this anymore.
Just to buying the games.
Yeah. Like and then like those games are digital and it's streaming, and now it's gone. Like I spent money on something, and then Google just stopped supporting it out of nowhere. It's done. That's one thing. Google has a history of not supporting things they spend millions of dollars on, and they just decide, you know what? Let's go a different direction now. Completely out of nowhere. I don't trust Google. Like I trust Amazon to actually try what they're going to do and stick with it longer than Google. That's one. Two, they don't have any exclusive content that's only their own so far, and so and there's that. And I'm like, well, if they had a game I could only play through Stadia, okay, then maybe I'll give it a shot. Mm-hmm. But as of now, they don't have that. They have games that everyone else already has. So far, their subscription, what is it now? $10 a month? What was it? $10 a month for 32 games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
32 games. That's
Xbox is fucking $10 a month, or depending on which service you get, for over 300.
Over 300. PS Now, 800 games. Yeah. Play why would I want Stadia? Like, it doesn't. Okay, so what? I can play Destiny 2 on it now. That's great. I can play Destiny 2 on damn near everything but a Switch. So what?
I think that's even coming.
Yeah, right. The Division 2, hey, on everything already. All the
Mhm.
games they're saying, oh, you can do this on Stadia now.
Mhm.
Like, okay, so like I've been playing those games already. The new games you got coming out, I can play on on the consoles I already own, on the PC I already own. It's just what is the benefit here? Oh, you got Baldur's Gate 3. Great. But I'll play it on my other devices I already own. There's just no reason for me to do that. I can see maybe some super casual gamers getting into it who don't own consoles and then see, oh, like they're watching a YouTube video. Oh, that looks pretty cool. And they see the little icon pop up. You can play this game right now. Just buy the game. But the fact that you have to subscribe and then you're still buying brand new games.
Most idiotic thing ever.
Yo, no, this is a fail. This is not going to work. It's going and Google, when it fails, they don't stick in it. They're not going to be like Microsoft and go like, oh, our first console sold 25 million. That was pretty cool. Not that great, but let's make this 360. That's not Google. Google's going to go do something else. So, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying that we're not going towards a game streaming and more digital future. I'm just saying Google's not a part of that. They're trying to be there, but it's really going to be pushed by Sony and Microsoft and potentially Amazon, but definitely Sony and Microsoft. Like Sony getting the Azure servers, the gearing up for the future. Yeah, they have the install base and the brand and the gamers who are looking towards everything they're doing to really make that work. Google doesn't. They're starting at ground zero. So
yeah, you're right.
All right.
I mean, unfortunately, I mean, it's sad because I want everybody to be happy with this, and I understand that just the pitch of the conversation isn't for everybody. And yeah, I mean, they basically just made all Xbox fans feel like their system. Well, I'm not gonna say their system they have now, because there's still a very valid reason to own an Xbox One X, because all these games that are coming out will work on that system, and guess what? They're gonna look damn good. The only reason you should even think about the next system is to get better frame rate, from what I saw from that whole presentation. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well jump up to a PC and get yourself a better running system and just keep the Xbox you have, because that Xbox is still going to be valid for years to come. And Microsoft, they're basically just telling their fans like, hey, the system is great. We still care about it, but services is going to be the number one thing we're going with now. And that's why you saw every game pretty much say launching in Game Pass day one.
Hey, did they say Outer Worlds and Wasteland 3 were going to be in Game Pass
day one? In Game Pass.
Yep.
It'll be in Game Pass.
That's what's up. That's why I still have Game Pass.
Own Ultimate.
No, that's not a reason for me to own Ultimate.
Well, if you're not going to play on PC, it's not. But
I mean, but look, okay, so I have about 2 years of Xbox Live already locked in that I didn't pay for, that I got through Microsoft Rewards. I have about 3 months already locked up, and I probably will have another 3-month reward code through just using that rewards on a daily basis. I don't need to pay for any of this stuff.
No, dude, pay the $1. Pay the $1 now. You get all that. Okay, so anybody that doesn't know, right now Microsoft's running that promotion where you can get Game Pass you can get it for $1. Get Ultimate for $1. If you have Xbox Live right now, before I upgraded, I had 26 months left of Xbox Live and 2 months of Game Pass because I had the 3-month membership. Once I bought that $1 Ultimate, it literally combines all your Game Pass and all your Xbox Live up to 36 months. So that 26 months plus my 2 months of Game Pass gave me 28 months of Xbox Live Ultimate. I don't have to pay a single dime for Xbox Live Ultimate for 28 months. So it's like Slow-Mo, in your case, you still got 2 years of Xbox Live in 3 months. That's 29 months of Xbox Ultimate you can get right now for $1. Go do it.
Hey, guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I might. Yeah, I think you may have sold me on that. I think I might
Go
switch
do
that
it,
up then.
and then you want this will be a mute point.
You don't. Yeah. Well, with the
I did it today.
with the ultimate, didn't you guys get the ultimate edition of games too?
Yes,
Yes, you do.
it said
Because
Gears 5 Ultimate Edition
Yeah.
will be
That's what
available
Ron
to
Ferguson
you.
said. You get 4-day early access on Gears Ultimate when you have Game Pass
Mhm.
Ultimate. You get it on the 6th instead of the 4th.
That's actually kind of tempting.
See, look, Microsoft is slowly spinning those wheels. They're gonna make it beneficial for you to drop the box. Literally, why would you get an Xbox? Okay, so this is the biggest thing. Why would you get an Xbox, the next Xbox, and can't take advantage of half of what Ultimate is by playing the games on PC too? You might as well just get a PC and just update that and keep the one you got.
Yeah.
So I mean, we all want to support Microsoft. Trust me, you are supporting Microsoft by just getting Game Pass. That's all you should.
Unless
That's all
you
you need
just
to
don't
do.
want a game on the PC.
Don't do it, man. It's the same thing. You plug a controller up to the system.
It's not exactly the same.
It
thing.
is. It's exactly the same thing,
Well,
bro.
it's not the exact same thing.
It's the same thing.
You don't need to do firmware updates on.
Yes, you
on-
do. You have to do firmware updates. You got to do game
on your
updates.
console.
And most clients do it for you. You don't even have to do it. I don't remember the last time I had to do a software update on the game because Steam does it automatically.
That's true. Yeah, Steam does do that for you.
Yeah, or I mean, Epic does it automatically.
too, yep.
And, you know, I mean, even a Windows Store, for God's sake, does it automatically.
Yeah. No, you're right. They do. It's not as I don't think it's not as bad as it used to be.
Oh no, it used to be bad before.
It used to be pretty bad.
It used to be bad. I mean, Steam shuts down, I think, every Tuesday from 5 to 6, like 5 p.m., 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. to do regular scheduled maintenance and update the servers every week. They shut the whole server down for 1 hour, one day a week. Well, 1 hour a week. So that's when they do their maintenance every week. So it doesn't impact as many people as you would think. I mean, I think the only thing people still get afraid of the whole PC with, if I got driver issues and all this other stuff. I mean, you don't get that as much as people portray it happening. We're just in a society where we talk to a lot of people in a very convoluted, a very like confined place.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens more here, but most people that play on PC don't have issues when it comes to playing their games. They just load it up and it works just like it does on console. And the games are cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm actually talking to Lord Cognito, the Iron Lord's on DM right now.
Oh, how he feeling about it?
He just gave me kind of like the big eyes emoji.
Oh, yeah.
And he said they just recorded some reactions right after. He did say Lord Sovereign said it best. You only had one job because the only show in town.
One job.
Wow. That's all. I mean, that's kind of how I feel.
Telling.
Like, it's telling. It's funny. David Jaffe tweeted out. He's like, he thought it was great.
Yeah.
And he's confused how he's like, I see all these influencers and YouTube influencers and Xbox fans who think like the show wasn't that great. He's like, I'm just confused.
I am. I mean, like I said, I'm not confused. I'm not confused about it, but I do feel like the weight of the world was on Microsoft at this E3 because Sony wasn't there. And I feel like a lot of people expected Microsoft to carry the mantle of 2 press conferences, and that was never going to happen.
No.
I said that during PTK's.
We're not
you know what though? I agree with you.
It's not like Sony pulled out in February.
No, we're not. I'm not talking about Sony just pulling out. It's just the fact
this was not a good conference. Even
look, Sony. No,
exactly.
Sony not being there.
If Sony was there, it would be the same energy.
Yes.
No,
if Sony showed up and just showed The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima and showed 3 other games like they did last year, like this still would have been a bad show.
But the fact that there was no show amplifies it even more. Some people rather than trust me.
Well, that's the point. I mean, that's the point. Like that's why I was so like like Sovereign said, they had one job. You're the only show in town.
And that's the thing. You're the one show, and the fact that they are the only show, everybody's putting all expectations on them. And to a certain point, that's kind of not fair to them. Because they can only do so much for what they have on their platform. I mean, we act like these studios were bought 4 years ago. They were just literally bought less than 18 months ago.
They can't even properly show their two top franchises correctly. Halo and Gears 5. I mean,
Gears 5 is in the bushes. I don't know why they didn't show.
I mean,
I don't know why they didn't show more.
I just don't understand the strategy. Period. Like, what other games coming out this year besides Gears?
Nothing.
Gears. That's it.
Exactly. So we got Crackdown and Gears.
Now February 2020. So all they got left for this year is Gears 5 and Wasteland 3, which isn't only their game. That game's on PlayStation.
It's on everything.
So all they got left is Gears 5, and they won't show gameplay.
I didn't get that. I'll give you
to
that.
me, they pandered again to their, I like to say, their Twitter base.
Yep.
With that late trailer for Anaconda. You know? It's just
damn, hey.
That same thing. They felt like the X thing all over again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're gonna end on this. And it's like, again, yeah, there's weight on their shoulder, but they have two, which is still considered two of the biggest IP in gaming, and they could have went strong with that.
Hey, by the way, just real quick, Eric, just kind of give you an idea of the vibe at E3 right now. Lord Cognito said it ended like a funeral.
Yeah, I bet it did.
I don't think people thought it was going to end the way that it did.
No, it just ended. I didn't like the way they just ended the show. I will say that.
Like the whole XCloud thing was way too rushed. I talked about that earlier, but it was like
it sounded like something was supposed to be there.
Well, they didn't really spend as much on XCloud as I thought they would. I thought they were going to spend like a ton of time on. But also, we was also operating under the assumption that it was going to be a 2-hour show, and it was only an hour and 35 minutes, pretty much.
Did they pull something out?
They pulled a whole bunch of crap.
They pulled a bunch of stuff out, bro. I think they pulled a bunch of stuff out.
Yeah.
That might be where the gameplay went.
Guys, so wait, real quick. So Bethesda's up next. Are you guys excited for Bethesda's conference?
I'm interested.
I'm interested. I won't say I'm excited. I won't say I'm excited. I'm interested because when have they? Last year, did they really deliver? I mean, the last couple years, have they really delivered anything great? No. And right now, Todd Howard can go jump in the bushes, man. He's on some nonsense.
Yeah, after that,
he's high.
People give him a pass. I mean, people want to dunk on Kojima, but Todd Howard gets just as many passes.
Well, I mean, he came out and said, "Hey, we kind of knew that this game, that Fallout 76 wasn't going to be reviewed well."
Why you release it?
Yeah, like why would you release things? Like
because they traded on the Fallout name.
Exactly,
well, and because and they know that people are gonna like the fans. That's why I always tell people, stop fucking damage controlling. Stop like being fanboys about stuff because it hurts brands, it hurts consumers. Stop it. And that's what happened. When we were being critical of Anthem even more recently, how many people were getting on our case about that?
Yep,
a lot of people were.
How many people were getting on our case about Fallout 76? It's ridiculous.
Yo, that Battletoads game gonna get people seizures.
It is. I agree.
Yeah, remember how everybody was Battletoads. You didn't hear anybody mention Battletoads yet.
Half these motherfuckers haven't even played Battletoads.
Right.
No, I just call these people as motherfuckers. Like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Slow-mo made me say that.
Because they looked at what was revealed and they were like, oh, maybe we can't hype that.
Yo, Battletoads is older than most of these guys.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Slow-mo
came out like
when Phantasy Star Online came out. I'm like, I bet you half those people that in the crowd don't even know what Phantasy Star is.
I was in the stream with PTK. It was funny because PTK was like, "This looks like something else." And man, no, this is Phantasy Star, bro. I can tell this is Phantasy Star. I was like, they bringing Phantasy Star back. And as soon as I saw Namco Bandai and I saw the art style, I say, oh, so this is what he went to Japan about. I mean, see Sega. It was about this.
That's too funny, man. Yeah, a lot of people. Phantasy Star was on the OG Xbox.
Yeah, it was the only OG Phantasy Star, the first one. It's been a long time since the second one came.
Dreamcast as well.
Yeah, Dreamcast.
It was on Dreamcast.
It was like the #1 game for online for Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they need for the rest of this year their inside Xboxes.
Oh, they're gonna be garbage.
that they need to start doing what
No.
I've been said they should have been doing, which
They
is
should-
showing games, showing like announcing studio acquisitions when they happen. Like I'm pretty sure last year they didn't acquire all 5 of those studios all at once. They had all all the paperwork got done at different times. They just announced everything all at once. Stop doing that. When it's paperwork is done, when it's official, when the
signatures
T's
are
been crossed,
dry.
all the I's have been dotted. On the next Inside Xbox, you announce that you have acquired so and so. When your studios have come out with new content and we got a trailer ready. Throw that trailer out there on Inside Xbox. Hey, we got some gameplay, 10 minutes of gameplay. Put it out on Inside Xbox. That's what they need to do for the rest of the year to make up for this foolishness.
Hey, it sounds like the Iron Lords are giving this conference an L, by the way.
Well, think about it, man. Think about what King David said, man. He said, because we were all kind of on the same accord last year. Last year's show was actually pretty good, right?
We gotta get King on, by the way, because he was on. Remember last year he was on from the house.
No, but you remember last year the show was pretty good. He said, now if you thought that show was good, he said personally he had Ibarra and Phil say to him, if you thought this show was good, be here for next year.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't King. King was putting that out there.
Yeah.
Yep, he was.
You know what I'm saying?
These guys are like politicians, man, like Bernie Sanders.
Yo, when Phil went with the 14 game, whatever the case, I said, okay. I was like, I gave the big eye emoji. I was like, oh, 14, but it was a big eye emoji saying he's saying 14, but we know Phil does this almost every year. We've been here.
Yeah.
This is what but the thing is, that's what he's
that's what I saw
supposed to do. But at the same time, again, who's gonna hold it accountable?
When I saw
hey, real quick, Ryan Griffin in the chat. He said, look, he had a question that we may have missed. And look,
sorry about that, bro.
I'm going back through the comments. Look, I think his question is, I think this might be towards Forte. He says, so you're saying if I go out and buy 5 years of Xbox Live cards today, then pay $1, I will get Ultimate for 5 years for basically $5 a month?
It only stacks up to 36 months. So yes, if you go right now and buy 36 months of Xbox Live and pay $1, you will get 36 months of Xbox Live Ultimate.
Yeah, it's gonna stack and combine.
It stacks them all together.
Okay, and with that, I'll definitely upgrade. That's the deal. Now I'll upgrade.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying earlier. Like, because I had like pretty much a year of both. Actually no, not a year. I didn't have a full year. I had almost a year of Game Pass and a few more months left of Live. And when I did the $1 a day, like I'm good until like next September.
Yep, easy. Because I was contemplating using my reward points to get an extra year.
Hold on. So what do you do again if you get Ultimate Game Pass?
So if you go to your account settings and go to your manage your memberships, it will tell you when when your Xbox Live expires.
Yep.
And it will tell you when your Game Pass expires. However many months you have total. So like if you got 22 months of Xbox Live and your Xbox Live doesn't expire until like April of 2022, and then your Game Pass has 2 or 3 months left or even a year, those are all counted as a month each. And when you buy Game Pass Ultimate, it combines them together and you don't lose them up to 36 months. So as long as you got at least, less than 36 months, even if you got over 36 months, it just won't combine more than 36 months. But you literally pay $1. Even if you got 5 months of Xbox Live now and 1 month of Game Pass, you can change over to Xbox Live Ultimate and get 6 months for $1.
Well, theoretically, how much you got left. 7 months because it'll add the $1.
Oh yeah, you get 7 because they'll add the 1 month that you bought. Right. So you get an extra month on top of what you already are paying for.
So if I go and sign up right now for $1 for Ultimate Game Pass,
if you do it right. Rand Thor has a really. I was gonna make a video, but he made a really good video on it. He literally does it right on his stream, on his video, and you see he ended up with 36 months of Xbox Live. He had 2 years of Xbox Live and a year of Game Pass, tied them all together, and he gave him 36 months altogether.
That's a steal.
So you'll go from having 2 separate things to having one thing.
And you'll see and after you do it, you'll see you'll see that your Xbox Live and your Game Pass account has been canceled. It will show it
Right.
in the screen, canceled.
Right.
Nice.
But then from there, like I was saying earlier, you're gonna see discount codes going forward, just like you did with Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see that. Yeah.
So the $15 a month will be negligible because you'll see those deals pop up and you just grab another one and re-up and do your thing.
But do it now, because right now, $1 because this is the thing. We don't know if this is going to be something like, let's say when they stop this promotion, is this going to be something that they're going to continue to keep doing? If you merge your Game Pass and what's in it together, that they'll just merge it all together, or will they just take the most that you have of one and just merge it? It's just such a good deal because they're taking both subscriptions and literally stacking them on top of each other, which I didn't expect them to do.
Yeah.
So do it before it's too late, especially why it's $1. Because I did mine like a month ago.
Nice.
Yeah, because my Xbox Game Pass doesn't expire. My Xbox Ultimate doesn't expire until 2022, April 16th, 2022.
There you go.
Right.
So as long as you got Game Pass and Xbox Live, get the stacking.
You don't need anything else. Don't even need an Xbox, it seems.
Yeah. Ryan. So Slimma, you found that question that Ryan was asking about? Ryan
That's the one he
Griffin?
was talking about.
That's what he's asking about.
That's
Oh,
the one he
okay.
was asking about.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Ryan. We we get a lot of comments in the comment section. Don't always see them right away. So appreciate the question, man.
Anyway, just because it seems like a lot of people just still doesn't know.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, guys. On that note, I do need to get some dinner, unfortunately,
too.
and get ready for the Bethesda conference.
Yep.
But
That's on at 9.
yeah,
Yeah.
Eastern?
9.
Eastern time. Yeah. So
hour and a half.
Microsoft's press conference tomorrow kicks off. I'm just kidding.
If you want to see a real train wreck, turn into Square Enix, because everybody's going to be used to Sony being at that time, so they got a lot to live up to.
They do, man.
Yeah, they do.
I'm
They got that prime
holding
time
them
spot.
to high standards, man. You
Yeah,
take
big
that prime time spot, you better show me something.
Yeah.
They
Or
better,
go
it
out.
better not be no online only multiplayer version of an Avengers game that I already know they're going to
Oh,
do.
you know that.
That's exactly
games as a
what it's
service,
gonna be.
man.
Because we already know that's what it's going to be.
They're gonna be
Like
like,
Square Enix.
what'd you say? E?
Yeah, talking about Square Enix the show.
Yeah, Square Enix.
Yeah.
When is it?
It's Monday.
Monday.
Tomorrow
Oh,
night
they're-
at 9 p.m.
Oh, they're in Sony spot.
PST.
Yeah.
It's Sony spot.
Ooh, yeah, they can't do what they did last year.
Right, the balls of them. I would have been like, okay, so what times are available?
They can't come-
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Let's go at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly.
They can't come with that quiet man stuff this year, man.
Right.
They got to be locked and loaded this year, man.
Exactly.
They better show
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll
All
be
right.
there.
All right, everyone. Well, to the panel, thank you guys again, and to everyone in the live chat, thanks for hanging out with us this evening for the Xbox E3 press conference 2019 reactions. And we'll be back on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about some of the other press conferences that are going to be happening from Bethesda on to the week and other gaming announcements. So please come back, hang out with us on Wednesday. And everyone, enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Check out the Bethesda conference, which starts at, someone's saying Bethesda's at 8:30 Eastern Time.
Is it?
So that's about an hour. I know Lord Cognito says they're in the line right now.
It is 8:30.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, 8.
So we're going to have Todd Howard come out there and promise us the world.
Or
Not deliver.
make more jokes about how buggy their games are and expect everyone to
Our
laugh.
games, we know our
Hey.
games have a custom for being buggy.
Hey, I'm Todd Howard, and my games are buggy. Yeah. Anyhow, that's my Todd Howard impersonation.
And you guys love us for it.
Hey, if y'all want that Cyberpunk collector's edition, it's up on Amazon right now, $250.
Ooh, what does it come with?
It's going fast, man. It's going fast.
Does it come with a statue of Keanu Reeves?
No,
I need to
no,
hit that.
no Keanu Reeves.
I want a Keanu Reeves. I want a date with Keanu Reeves.
Did
You
you hear
would.
250.
that person in the crowd was like, "You're what did she say? You're what's the name?" She's like, "Oh, you are too."
Yeah. She's like, you're a superstar or you're
No,
fantastic.
she said something. She said you're adorable, and she was like, "Yeah, you are adorable too." I just saw John Wick walk on the stage. That's all I saw.
I saw Neo walk on stage.
Yeah, Neil too.
A suit and Tim boots.
Yeah, he had Tim boots.
Only Keanu could pull that off. Man.
Yeah, you can't pull off a suit, t-shirt, and hiking boots.
But no, the funny thing is how long he was on stage. He was only probably supposed to be out there a minute and like 20 seconds or something, but he ended up being out there like 5 minutes because he kept saying, "I gotta get through this," because everybody kept stopping him.
Dude, he had a good time, man.
No, he did have a good, and somebody and my boy Fuzzy over at PTK, he even said he just loves how more and more celebrities are getting involved with video games. That just makes the product better. We're getting better actors in these games now,
and it validates the art. It really does.
Exactly, yep. That's what it does.
Yeah, I'm telling you that to see Keanu Reeves and. I mean, to see that like in the trailer, I was like, "What?" Like that was
when he popped up on the trailer, I was like,
"That was the Megaton for me right there." That was Microsoft's Megaton announcement, a third-party game with Keanu Reeves.
That probably is correct, sir. I won't dispute you on that.
By the way, before we wrap up, I'm going to say Cyberpunk 2077 is game of the next generation. Throw it out there.
It's gonna set the bar, man. I've been trying to tell y'all for 6 years now, man.
Yeah, it really is. So.
Hey guys, I want to just confirm one thing real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, that Xbox Game Pass, Forte is correct. I know a couple of guys in the chat that's still a little skeptical. I just did the $1 upgrade, and it says Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I went into it. It went after I subscribed. It went into manage, and I hit manage. I'm doing this all on my PC, and it says Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, $14.99 every month. Next charge on March 10th, 2021.
Yep.
So I'm not getting charged for like almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
So I got Game Pass.
Wowie.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting Game Pass on PC, so I can. Looks like it'll be the only way I'm getting to play games like Gears Tactics and Age of Empires.
I'm gonna.
Because they once again did not announce those games are playing on Xbox.
Where were the priests in Age of Empires? That's what I want to know. Where were the priests in Age of Empires?
I don't know, man.
You know the priests? You know what I'm talking about? The ones that would heal? You guys don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
No, can't talk.
Yeah, the priests, like you send like 30 priests out and they would heal your soldiers, and all you hear was oh. Anyhow. Yeah. It was funny when we were watching the press conference. Yeah. So anyhow, I gotta get some dinner and get ready for Bethesda's conference. But B Money, E, Forte, Slow-Mo, it's great to have you back, man.
Always, great to be back, bro.
Yeah, and guys, we'll be back Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We'll talk about all the other crazy stuff that's gonna happen.
Yeah, we'll talk about how Ubisoft going to have the best press conference this E3.
Facts.
Hey man, don't sleep on Nintendo.
They got some of the best games coming out.
Oh yeah,
I'm not sleeping on Nintendo at all. I just don't. You know what? I'll be for real with you. What about now? And now that I have my Switch, I'm really enjoying their directs because their directs are new stuff.
Remember when Slow-Mo hated the Switch?
Yeah,
I told him he wouldn't.
He was trying to trash it at first.
Yeah.
He had to own it though. You know, it's different when you own it.
You have to go get it now.
I always told you guys there was I needed to wait for games that I was looking forward to, the games that I was interested in coming out. And as I told you, like Battle Chasers, I know it's a little bit older game, it's on multiple stuff, but while I was on vacation, away from my PlayStation, away from my Xbox, and I had my Switch with me, not at the beach, but I had my Switch with me. And I was playing Battle Chasers like crazy. I think I may have put about 10 hours into Battle Chasers, like old school style Japanese RPG, turn-based RPG kind of style game, but interesting story, interesting characters. I'm really enjoying it. But no, I think Nintendo. I just don't know what Nintendo could show this direct. I mean, this direct E3 direct that they haven't already shown.
If anybody can surprise you, they will.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. They may throw a curveball, but I think Bethesda is going to disappoint this evening as usual. I think Ubisoft is going to have a cringe opening like they normally do. There's gonna be some dancing panda and some other crap.
Oh, you know it's gonna be a parade, man. You
Yeah,
already know.
it's gonna be a parade. It's gonna be a real colorful rainbow parade of animals like dry humping each other.
Oh,
And then-
no, don't say that.
and then it's
What we do to you-
and
what
then
we
they're
do
gonna
to
show
you,
some
Slow-Mo.
fire games. They're gonna show some fire games.
Hey, Enrique,
Yes.
as the Khaleesi of Brat podcast, Ryan had a question for you in the chat.
I'm sorry. What happened?
I said, as the Khaleesi of the podcast, since you control everything here. Ryan
Oh,
wanted to
yeah.
know,
What was the question, man?
he wanted to know if you were doing a split screen or a broadcast for the Bethesda conference. I told him.
No, Ryan. I'm not doing a split screen. I've done that before, and it's just not. It just doesn't really work well. So I'm not gonna do it.
But yeah, Bethesda will be an L.
Damn it, we got a thumbs down because you're making fun of Ubisoft, Slow-Mo.
Look, you know what's funny? People call me a Ubisoft fanboy. I hear
You
this
are.
all the time. I am not a Ubisoft
Slow-Mo,
fanboy.
you love. By the way, hey, real quick, I threw Division 2 in the trash can because it's garbage. You know why? Because Destiny 2 is king again.
You know what, Enrique? No one believes that.
Yeah, I gotta-
Absolutely zero
I gotta-
people believe what you just said.
Are you implying that I'm a liar?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you just lied just now.
Liar, liar.
That's all
And
I
on
am saying.
fire. That's my Al Pacino
Oh.
impersonation.
You know, I actually think the Avengers game is going to disappoint people. I think they're just going to
I got a feeling it
show.
will too.
I
You know
think
what?
they're going to show. They're going to pull a Microsoft and just show a trailer with no gameplay.
No, they're going to show Iron Man having a conversation by himself, and that's it.
You guys, I gotta run. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, guys, you got to roll. Hey, Chief told me, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do a Bethesda stream, man. It would be cool, but I can't do it, man. I cannot do it. So, all right, we are out, guys. Everyone in the live chat, thank you. Ryan Griffin, thanks for being patient with us, man. We appreciate it. And everyone in the live chat, mad love. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And we'll be back Wednesday to discuss the rest of E3 2019. Peace.
Peace.